For a party and its supreme leader who've always projected themselves to be, that crusader against corruption, this is a big dent and a big litmus test also. Satyendra Jain, a senior minister in the ARVIND Kejriwal cabinet, has been sent to 10 days of ED custody. But what's the allegation? Now, what the ED alleges here is that a money laundering for over 4 crore was done through 5 companies which were all associated with Satyendra Jain. Just about last month, assets worth about 4.81 crore of Jain's family and companies, quote-unquote, beneficially owned and controlled by him were provisionally attached as part of this money laundering probe against him. Now, the allegations are that this amount was used for a direct purchase of land or for repayment of loan taken for the purchase of the agricultural land in and around Delhi. Now, just on the face of it, these are extremely serious charges. So, what has the ARP said so far? ARVIND Kejriwal reacted twice on Tuesday. Once before Satyendra Jain was produced in court, and even later. In both his reactions, he's slamming the center in his typical style, saying that this case itself is फर्जी.
मैंने सत्येंद्र जैन के सारे कागज खुद देखे हैं. पढ़ा लिखा आदमी हूं, कानून की भी बहुत समझ है. इनके ऊपर लगाए गए सारे आरोप फर्जी हैं. पूरा का पूरा मामला फर्जी है. केवल राजनीति की वजह से उन्हें गिरफ्तार किया गया है. अगर उनके मामले में 1% की भी सच्चाई होती तो मैं खुद ही कब का उनके खिलाफ सख्त एक्शन ले चुका होता. इन्होंने हमारे कई एमएलएज पे कई झूठे केस किए. सारे कोर्ट से छूट के वापस आ गए. अंत में तो सच्चाई की जीत होती है.
ARVIND Kejriwal also claims that he has himself read the entire case, the documents, and there is absolutely nothing against his minister. He goes on to the extent of calling Jain not only honest, but a staunch deshbhakt, kattar deshbhakt.
सत्येंद्र जैन देशभक्त है, कट्टर ईमानदार है, बेहद साहसी है. ऐसी जेलें उनके साहस और जज्बे को और मजबूत करेंगी.
Now, various leaders from the Aam Aadmi Party earlier have also questioned the timing of this arrest. Now, what they've done is that they've linked this to the upcoming Himachal elections, as Satyendra Jain, who holds multiple and, high-profile portfolios in the Delhi cabinet, is also the party's Himachal in charge. So they say this is all linked to the Himachal elections. Now, what is also a fact is that whenever a neta gets arrested, they all cry political vendetta. So this is a common modus operandi. P. Chidambaram, Nawab Malik, Anil Deshmukh, they all cried political vendetta. But is timing the only defense of the Aam Aadmi Party right now? See, can you say that, listen, don't arrest someone only because the elections are around the corner? Can that be said? There are multiple examples. But let's just focus on what happened in Punjab just before the elections. Just one example. The nephew of the ex-chief minister, you would remember, Charanjit Singh Channi, was raided because of quote-unquote alleged corruption. So the Congress party then had said that this was political vendetta, and they linked this to the upcoming Punjab elections. But how did the AAP respond? Do you remember? The Aam Aadmi Party called Channi Baiman Admi, and also alluded to him being as corrupt as his nephew. So did the AAP take this stand against quote-unquote alleged corruption because it suited them then? Because they were in the opposition waiting to latch on to absolutely anything that they could to make their opponents look bad, even though it was again quote-unquote alleged corruption. So is the alleged corruption of a Congress neta's relative different from an alleged corruption of an Aam Aadmi Party neta? The Aam Aadmi Party calls itself a kattar imandar party. So will they sack Satyendra Jain? Looks highly unlikely right now, with the reactions coming. Now, very recently, the Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann had sacked his Health Minister Vijay Singla. There were allegations again of alleged corruption. Singla was later even arrested by the state's anti-corruption body. Now, Singla had won this year's assembly polls by beating the singer Sidhu Moosewala, who was recently murdered in the Mansa district. ARVIND Kejriwal welcomed this move, went to town claiming their anti-corruption credentials. The opposition, BJP and the Congress, interestingly, have joined hands to counter their common enemy this time. This is the Aam Aadmi Party. Now, the opposition parties are asking, why is Arvind Kejriwal batting for Satyendra Jain instead of taking any strict action against him like he's always promised? They also ask that if a minister in Punjab can be removed on again allegations of corruption, what changes when it comes to Satyendra Jain? The BJP and the Congress here also allege that the Aam Aadmi Party acted against a small fish to save some big fish. Now, there's clearly a lot of politics at play here. But this is also, like I said, a litmus test for Aam Aadmi Party, for Arvind Kejriwal, for the party that's looking to expand its national footprint. Right from the upcoming elections that you'll have in Himachal, in Gujarat, later in Karnataka, in Kerala, also the municipal polls in Haryana. And let's not forget, the Aam Aadmi Party believes that it can topple the BJP even from the municipal body in Delhi whenever the elections happen, in the MCD polls. There's also a very important by-poll in Delhi, necessitated by the election of Raghav Chadha to the Rajya Sabha. And Arvind Kejriwal also senses that he himself can have a huge national role come 2024. But what about Satyendra Jain? He's in the custody of the ED till the 9th of June. The story is far from over. We'll track that and much more for you as always on the news that you don't get. In case you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, please go ahead and also press the bell icon. And also, in the comment section below, let me know what you think of this entire story, this entire flashpoint between the BJP and the AAP. For the moment, thank you.